KDB. KDB.
Beats Planet.
Come on inside and get yourself something cool to drink.
Don't tell me not to drink the Kool-Aid, Will Steele.
Right?
Don't tell me not to drink the Kool-Aid.
Not me. I'm getting drunk off it.
Damn. I be damn. Don't tell me that. Hey, listen. I like to identify as a relatively objective homer type. I try to find the positives. I ain't never said nothing nice about Nolan Carroll, but all the good shit that happens, I at least talk about all the good shit, and I come off as a homer, and I understand it. They say, Voch,
Your acceptance of it, though.
They say, Voch, slow down. You're drinking all the Kool-Aid. I'm saying, I'm healthy now. I don't drink such beverage, but I'm drinking that shit today. God damn. We'll talk about it.
When I'm drinking it, you know something's up.
Hold on, nigga. You drink the Kool-Aid too?
Bro, I was drinking it after they got Cooks and then they drafted Mozzie. I said something is in the air, man.
Oh, cause
Something's in the air.
No way. Not this time. No, nigga, I can't wait. Well, hey man, and I know it's just one day of pass, but shit, what do you expect of me? What do you expect me to believe when I'm seeing what I'm seeing? We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna talk about it. Y'all be sure to stick around. Y'all get a snack or something, sit y'all ass down. Whew, we gonna go there, Will, still, but we gonna slowly but surely do this. We got hit with some stuff today. I normally like to beat up on 105.3 when they don't do the right thing. I love to text you first and send you the bad version of me beating them up, and then I come on the internet and give a light version.
Just that one show.
I'm just saying. Competition.
My competition.
I'm
for
just
sure.
saying. I'm just saying. But when they do right, I'm gonna give them credit.
Yeah,
they do right. The CeeDee Lamb presser situation, sit down interview. It was a banger. It was a banger, and I got a lot of information. Like any other time I have, like, I got 3 clips to talk about today. I got 7 CeeDee Lamb clips I'm going to talk about today, and I feel like they're all relevant. And Will Steele, some of that shit gonna tie into what we saw at practice today. Hear what I said, but I'm a chill. You know what I'm saying? So we got that going on today. And hey, welcome to another episode of Voch Lombardi. What's my name? Voch Lombardi Live. I'm your host. AKA Ferrari. VOCHLOMBARDI. Pardon my excitement, but damn, I just saw a legend get tossed with one hand. Like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But we being point guarded by the best in the business, Master William Steele.
Salute to you, bro. It's Pat week. We saw a bunch of dudes getting tossed. Hey, look, man. Yeah. They squabbling out there now. They squabbling out there now, baby. Let's go.
Teach a man how to squabble.
Teach a man how to squabble.
Will Steele, you was right the whole time, dog. I just apologize to Micah. You was right. We'll talk more about it later.
I feel like Voch gonna be apologizing about that for 10 years. I don't know.
No, ain't. This is my last time.
It's 2 years now.
The only apologies I got lined up is like if Turpin go crazy. Everybody else I've said sorry for.
We'll talk about that a little bit too.
Yeah. I'll say 2 things.
Bro, I start talking about Turpin this morning, and I look in the chat.
I was in the chat. Like, yeah, I wonder what Voch gonna do today. Like, dang, nigga.
Somebody said, I know Voch is in here.
I was in there, but I was working out. Hey, I ain't saying nothing nice about Turpin until Turpin get a game with 2 catches and 38 yards. Until then, I ain't saying nothing nice about Turpin.
Don't do that.
No damn. All right. CeeDee Lamb said some good things about him too, but we'll cross that bridge whenever we get there. You doing all right, sir? Everything cool? You ready to get to work today? You good?
Everything cool, man. We can talk about life stuff afterwards. Football.
Yeah, we'll work on that. Hey, y'all. I finally got my phones fixed today. Hey, I fixed them shit. Hey, them shit got a mind of their own, boy. Hello. Shit, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get into just a little bit of the weekend. Chat, what's good with y'all? Y'all all right? Y'all watch the fight? Oof. You know, I understand that with being Cowboy fans, a lot of Dallas shit just kind of oozes into our life sometimes. Like, we hear a lot about Mavericks and Stars. I don't watch fucking baseball and hockey, but I hear a lot about him. And Errol Spence, who's a Dallas character, right? And I follow combat sports for real. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to be told so, guy, because I didn't really have a bold take on this, right? But the one thing I'm always on, right, is IQ and nuance wins every single time. IQ and nuance wins every single time. So when I hear Dallas people, when they was kind of going for Errol, look, Errol's fantastic. I don't want to make it seem like Errol ain't shit. But if you listen to their reasonings about why Errol was going to win, well, Errol's bigger. He's going to overwhelm Crawford. He's going to walk him down. Like, dog, you don't walk down technicians. It never works. It never works. In no sport, you cannot brute force technicians. It doesn't. And if Errol had an advantage, it was going to be athleticism, size, and strength. And when you saw Bud Crawford, who's in real life kind of smaller technically, when you saw Bud start to muscle Errol Spence, I ran to Twitter because I just wanted to see what everybody's ideas was. I want to see what everybody was going to say. And at that point, I tweeted, hey, man, IQ and nuance and technique don't lose. And before you know it, Brother Spence started eating the turf, dog. Brother Spence started just falling. I can't get up in life alert, man. And Bud probably could have finished the shit off in 3 rounds, probably.
Yeah, Koye was like he carried him for about 5 rounds out of just kindness of his heart.
Because he wanted that rematch to make some more paper. I get it. I get it. But boy, Bud could have got Errol ass up out of there, which lets you know how top tier, like, even if you're not like a boxing fan for real, you only get a handful of chances in real life to see like top tier athleticism like that. Errol Spence ain't no joke, bro. And he's one of the best boxers of this like era or whatever. And Bud made that motherfucker look like he was fighting me. You know what I mean? Or like he was fighting one of y'all, like he was fighting an amateur or something. I'm just up here watching. I'm just like, dog, I just want to be like that motherfucker. I just want to be like that. right-handed southpaw ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? But chat, y'all watch the fight. I just wanted to bring a little commentary to y'all. Twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. We're gonna be talking about this a little bit longer. Brother L sent me an email and he has some of the clips in the email. So we're gonna do like maybe a full breakdown. We might get a Koya involved. Like to do like a co-film breakdown for the boxing match on Twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi. See what I did, Will, Steele, just to advertise the Twitch.
That's a must.
Come on now. Come through. We'll have some fun times over there. Me and Will Steele will watch some wrestling one day. That's the kind of stuff that we do on Twitch that we can't do on YouTube. So tap in with us. Phone lines lit today. We would love to hear from y'all. I know y'all been looking at social medias. I know y'all are waiting to get to this damn camp talk. We're gonna get to it, man. But I think CeeDee Lamb had a lot of interesting things to say today. Will Steele, did you get a chance to listen to the interview? Because I know that this came on when you was setting up your show and all that.
No, that was on my drive from taking my buck to camp. So I sat and listened to it, and it was Bobby teased it, and it was worthy teaser. Yeah.
Okay. So Will Steele's probably going to be breaking all this down tomorrow on his show. So A to Z Dallas on YouTube at 8:30 to 10:30 in the morning. We're going to be the prelude, and Will is going to be the sequel. So check him out tomorrow morning. CeeDee Lamb has some great things to say, man. Fantastic things to say. And I love when they get these players on and they ask them questions that we didn't know already. You know what I mean? I love the fact that, hey, CeeDee Lamb, tell us about dreads. I can't learn nothing from that. Tell us about, hey, Gilmore, tell us about your shoe collection. You know what I mean? I'm very critical of the interviewers when I don't learn anything from the questions. We knew Gilmore, is a Jordan guy, whatever, right? But when we learn something, shouts out to y'all. Applaud y'all. We learned something. CeeDee Lamb said everything CeeDee Lamb said today. He said it very matter of fact, Will Steele. He said it with a lot of confidence. He said it like, hey, man, this is what it is. This is no disrespect to whatever we used to do, but this shit here is the way, and this is what we're going to roll with, and everybody's confident in it, and everybody loves it, and I see my eyes are open now. This makes sense now, and I want y'all to listen to what CeeDee Lamb says with that mindset, right? As opposed to, hey, man, we're going to go out there and we're going to try our best and we're going to run this damn scheme. CeeDee Lamb saying, hey, boom, 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 this is the way. That just means guys are bought in, Will Steele. And when guys are, bought in, we're going to the goddamn promised land. This is the clip that made the rounds. This is the one that got viral on social media, as Bobby Belt was really excited about, and it was telling us what to expect from the offense coming up next year about the deep ball and things of that nature. Let's listen.
I mean, that's everybody, and he's looking for the deep ball now. And man, as you see today, is up there. So if you're not going to back up, this is a warning to everybody. If you're not going to back up, good luck.
Now, Will Steele, it's one thing to kind of say that, right? Because I think when these players are asked these questions, sometimes they have to fight what the question is, right? Hey, you think we're having problems with your offense? No, we're not having problems with your offense. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they just fight it, right? But what we seeing in camp, just based on the videos that we seeing, based on the reports that we seeing, like you said, I love to give you credit how this roster has been built. Vertical passing seems to be a thing, right? We have talked about this on this show. That's why I can't miss shows. Schottenheimer's come out and said it. Schoonmaker's come out and said it. Ferguson's come out and said it. Tony Pollard's come out and said, hey, this offense is going to be a lot more vertical than it once was. And we see the clips, and 4 and 3 look like this, son. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like their connection, and Dak does have that thing where he could bring in some new guys and they just connect immediately. Like we've heard that
we've
Dak
seen it.
You've seen it.
What's his name? Cooper came in middle of the year and they had a Pro Bowl connection. Literally, I think he was a Pro Bowl that year. Who else came in? Oh, Randall Cobb. One season. Saved Randall Cobb's career, got him paid very quickly. CeeDee Lamb, a rookie, came in. Now they connected. I think he was leading the league in slot yards before Dak went down. So yeah, Dak Prescott doesn't take long to connect with legitimate talent.
Yeah, and that's not like some mystery right now. Like we're watching clips and we're saying, if anybody, I know y'all like to listen to Eastside Harold, in which Eastside Harold was listening to the damn CeeDee Lamb joint live on 105.3 The Fan. Not the post video that they clipped up, but Eastside Harold was in that joint live, so he's really a Cowboy fan. But don't listen to Texans fans with what they tell you about Brandon Cooks. They're gonna tell you that Brandon Cooks is washed. Some Cowboy fans are gonna tell you that Brandon Cooks is washed and he's a one-trick pony. He's not gonna do anything for you. Brandon Cooks is trash, man. Come on, man. The film ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I mean, Davis Mills will lie to you. You know what I mean? Being unhappy with a situation lie to you. But film ain't lied to me not at one time. And what I'm saying from damn Brandon Cooks, man, when they call him a route runner, it's not a lie. Will Steele, and that's where Dak can gravitate towards him, right? That's where Dak and him can start to click real fast. Oh, you're a route runner? Shit, them the type of I like to throw them. You know what I mean? But then the deep ball aspect. Brandon Cooks is very important here. Brandon Cooks is very important to this deep ball, right? Because if we're in one-on-one coverage, we're probably going to throw the ball to Brandon Cooks deep. If they're going to overcompensate for taking Brandon Cooks away deep, some damn body else going to be open deep on the other side just to take away from it. All right, you got two deep safeties to take away both the deep guys. Shit, deep in the middle is open somewhere. The best way to beat cover two is either behind the corners or in the middle of the safeties. That's how you beat them. Hit myself in the face with the mic, but I'm excited. That's how you. So if we're getting all this evidence that deep ball is coming, and all you've heard is people all off season say, hey, Voch, deep ball is coming, right? And then we just see in training camp footage Will Steele. Brandon Cooks is flying, and all we hear is about how fast Brandon Cooks is. Hold on, dog. Wait. CeeDee Lamb said this about how damn fast. You keep that play. How fast Brandon Cooks is. Listen.
I mean, it stands out to us, but we're observers and things. But the Brandon Cooks speed and the way that he goes, does that stand out to you guys the same way it does to us? You guys sit there and just marvel at my goodness, this guy's so fast.
I love fast people. I love watching fast people run fast. So
CeeDee Lamb ain't never fucking said that about nobody on this damn team before. I like fast people. Come on, man.
Every time, obviously, unfortunately, I'm on the field with him. Not really unfortunate, but
not really.
Like that post route that Dak threw to him today, he put a little too much on it. But just to see him just float past guys, when the ball's in the air, it's amazing, man. And you don't really see that too many times in a player or in a receiver, especially of his stature. And then at the year that he's in year 10, still flying by guys. So that speaks on his, his prep and ability to take care of his body. He's a great receiver, bro.
He's floating, Will Steele. He floats past people, Will Steele. And sometimes you got to look at where you come from to know how good you got it right now. Once upon a time, Michael Gallup was the fast deep ball guy, right? Not even like fast, but Michael Gallup was your deep guy option, right? Michael Gallup's not a blazing guy. He can run a little bit, but he's not a blazing character. But he was your deep ball guy. The motherfucker is your deep ball guy now, Will Steele. So I can only imagine that your deep ball is about to get much more efficient, especially because they're willing to throw it now. Now, Will, let me ask you a question. I had this written down in my notepad. I kind of got a feel for the answer, but we're doing content. Do you think that this deep ball is a new thing, meaning that deep ball wasn't always a thing, right? Do you think this is more of a Shoddy said we're going to run the deep ball, we got personnel to run the deep ball now, or just the fact that Kellen just ain't here that we're going to run the deep ball?
I think it's a combination of all three. They didn't emphasize speed for whatever reason, under the previous regime until, kind of now, really. I mean, you can get guys in, you could bring in, what was it, Jalen Guyton, undrafted dudes and things like that. But they said, no, we're going to trade for an established dude in Brandon Cooks. And what's dope about Brandon is what we said before when we got him is that he, for whatever reason, people didn't talk about his route running when he got here. It was just all about speed. I'm like, hey, when I put on the film, the first thing I noticed was, why is no one talking about Brandon Cooks' route running? Because he knows how to utilize his speed as a weapon within that route, and that's how he gets open, man. So, and the other thing, you're talking about all this Brandon Cooks and people putting, safeties or whatever over top. Mind you, that's wide receiver 2. So the safety help might be over top of Lamb, or the underneath help might be towards Lamb. So there's a chance that Brandon Cooks is actually going to see a lot of single coverage, or at least the safety is going to hedge towards, CeeDee Lamb, because that's the guy on this offense where Brandon Cooks is your wide receiver number 2. So, boy, it could get crazy. And final thing that I noticed, man, is the combinations, the route combinations when utilizing Brandon Cooks. You might see a curl to pull that linebacker in or pull that safety in, and then they send Brandon Cooks behind that. You might see an over route coming behind a dagger type of combination, right? You might see a post, or you might see an in next to a seam route or a 9 route. They are putting together combinations that have multiple options that are easy to get to, that I didn't understand why we didn't do that when Dak got back last year. I saw him do it a little bit earlier, but I didn't see him do a lot of it towards the end of last season or the middle of last season. So these combinations with this personnel and Mike McCarthy and Shoddy dialing up, I think this offense could be pretty damn good.
It's funny when you said when Dak came back. I didn't say this clip, but Sean asked Lamb, "Hey, we noticed that you really came on towards the back half of the season way better you did in the first half of the season. What you think the reason for that is?" And I just remember saying, "Fucking Dak wasn't there." You know what I mean? Like I just thought that was easy peasy answer, dog. I thought that was self-explanatory, but I don't know. I guess you got to ask something. But
are you playing that clip?
I'm not gonna play it because I was mad at
it. He did the same thing with the .com. If you go look at the .com interview, they asked him towards the end, like, "Hey man, what happened towards the end of last year or in the middle of the year or what have you, or your numbers?" That's what it was. They asked him about his numbers. They said, your production went up and whatnot. He said, "Well, I got Dak, and I'm gonna leave it at that." And they kind of asked him again. He said, "Well, look, man, I got Dak for a full year. I haven't had Dak for a full year yet. I'm gonna have Dak for a full year, and I'm gonna leave it at that." So without trying to be, ignorant to the other guys, he understands when 4 is in there, the production is obviously going to increase.
I'm disrespecting Cooper Rush. Dak motherfucker. All right. Changes. Change is good for any of us. For any of y'all motherfuckers get up out the hood. I'm with you. I ain't mad at you. Got nothing but love for you. Do your thing, boy. Changes from Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy. This is really important. Let's listen.
Really not much, honestly. Just, the way different play calling, of course, but it's a lot more simpler. All the offense is in Dak's hands now. It's not necessarily, being called from Mike or Kel since last year, but now it's all on Dak. Like however he's feeling versus the coverage. If he like the matchup, we're gonna call that play. If he likes whatever he likes versus zone, he's gonna call that play. So technically it's all in Dak's hands. And and we moving much faster at a different pace, and just the ability to go out there and play freely is, you can see it as fun.
There's a lot in there, Will Steele.
Yeah,
there's a lot in there. I'm gonna go from the back to the front, from the back to the front. You say obviously we're moving at a much faster pace. We're moving at a faster pace. That's tempo. You go back to what Mike McCarthy was saying. He was talking about how fast you can get plays off, how fast you can get the language in, how fast you can get the verbiage in. Can you cut down on some of the words in the play to make you go faster, right? Now, you pair that with we're just raising tempo anyway to get more, even more shots at it is what he called it. And then the idea that Dak is calling the plays now. That's big boy shit. Now, I feel like Dak changed a lot of plays last year. He changed some plays. But Dak ain't called the plays, right? So if I'm not mistaken, Will Steele, what this sounds like is Dak is going to get a couple of plays, a list of plays, a number of plays, maybe 3, 4, 5, right? And Dak is just going to run them shits based on what he sees. He's going to get some man beaters, some cover 2 beaters, some deep ball, cover 1, cover 0 beaters. You know what I mean? He's going to have a couple of run plays or whatever, and a couple of zone plays. I'm assuming Dak's going to take those 5 or so plays and tuck it in his fanny pack. He's going to go out and see what the defense gives him. And based on what the defense gives him, Dak is going to run those plays. We're trusting Dak with the entire offense right now is what it sounds like CeeDee Lamb is saying. Does that sound like what you heard CeeDee Lamb saying? Am I off, Will Steele?
I don't know about off, maybe a bit hyperbole. I don't think they're going to go to the line of scrimmage with a whole bunch of plays. Normally baked into these offenses now, you have multiple plays. Like you should have multiple plays nowadays. These defenses are too damn smart. Get to the line of scrimmage, you figure it out. But in that interview, now I don't want to take away if we might play it, but he talked about like the small details that are easy to get to from a route running standpoint, angles and things like that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Way more. And this is going on my 4th year, but like the past 3, this is the most in control of the offense that I've seen Dak. Obviously he can make a lot more changes, but going into the line of scrimmage, us as receivers, we know the other 2 or 3 options that he has to change to. So
the other 2 or 3. Yeah. So it's about 3 or so plays. All right, let's keep going.
With that, I feel like that opens up the game, that opens up Dak's mind, and he doesn't feel so closed off. Just predicated.
Hold on, time out. Because he started going a little crazy right now. He doesn't feel closed off, Will Steele. He's opening his mind and he doesn't feel closed off. Write that down, Will Steele. It's going to be on the test. Hold on.
To that one play that's being called. So, I mean, granted, the defense could give us a man coverage and we call the zone play. It's obviously not going to work, right? So now that he has the opportunity to go from man to zone back to man, I mean, it could go either way, you know? So, just the ability to, you know, read the defense, read the coverage, and then see what he likes versus the defense. I mean, it's really Dak versus the D coordinator.
I thought he was going to say the angle shit. This must be one of the other clips. But anyway,
probably another clip. Yeah.
but this shit works too, though, right? How closed off do you think Dak was last year, Will Steele? How, like, you just think Kellen wasn't giving Dak all the freedoms in the world that Dak would need to be successful?
I would say this, and again, this might be tying into things. We go back to the family of plays, right? We can go back to it was Mike McCarthy and it was CeeDee Lamb who talked about players over plays. Yeah. Lamb talked about that, and Mike McCarthy is very big over players over plays. So if they get to the line of scrimmage and Lamb has been whooping this dude or been whooping him on this route, or we talked about variations too on the show earlier last week. If you guys go back and watch that, he might say, "Hey, we've been whooping him on this route, but if I give you a hand gesture, I want you to run it this way." And it's baked within that play because it's only but so many formations, right? But I can give you a simple hand gesture, and that turns it into something completely different without having to change the entire player, what have you. So players over plays, to me, I think will matriculate down to Dak. I don't think it's just McCarthy. I think it's Dak Prescott saying, look, for instance, the interception in the San Francisco game, the mirror route situation, maybe in this type of situation, he goes to the line of scrimmage and says, this is not going to fly. Let me change something up over here. We'll keep that route combination here, but let me change something up over here. I don't know if necessarily those things were baked in that manner, in that type of detail. Maybe he got to the line of scrimmage and says, I can change the play completely. So there is clearly a detailed difference in what they're doing. It may not be a big difference overall, right? But there's a small detailed difference that can make the biggest difference in the world.
I'm pretty upset, Will, still, because on clip 4, they're talking about communication, and next to the word communication, I have the word written angles. I'm pissed off about this.
Well, we can play. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and read this shit.
And as far as the terms of football, is verbal and nonverbal. He could switch a play without even saying anything.
And Ronald Jones is missing the first 2 games of the season, Will, still. Let's just finish this
thing. So therefore, nobody knows what's going on. So he could be checking the protection, but also talking to us. So therefore,
he's suspended.
Yeah, it would change our route to a different angle, or just change the whole play. And I felt
so when CeeDee's talking about angles, no, you good. When CeeDee was talking about angles, I forgot which play it was that Dak threw the which game it was Dak threw the pick. I think it was Bears. But CeeDee either cuts flat in front of the DBs or he cuts behind the DBs. Technically, like one of those same routes or whatever, but the angle is different between post, skinny post, or just a dig, right? Like what the leverage that the defense is giving you, you need to run a different route or run that route to a different depth, to a different angle, or like I said, dig, post, skinny post, to beat that leverage of the DB or whatever.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, he talked about it. He said, there was 2 times specifically, and I know what he's talking about, the Bears in Green Bay, where he just flat out did not cross the safety's face and it caused an interception. So he took responsibility for that, and that's what I think you'll see less of, because there's going to be no thinking mid-route.
Yep. Like this is the route you run.
Yep.
And if Dak sees it, Dak will tell you, hey, run that. So that might be better for CeeDee Lamb, in which they always talk about once we it's simpler for us, so we play faster. Like Dak may have more to think about, but everybody else doesn't. So instead of CeeDee Lamb going, okay, well, I won't know what route I'm running until I get to the defender. Then if he's a little like 3 or 4 yards back, I cut in front of him. If he's a couple yards closer to me, I cut behind him. Dak's saying, hey, just run the fucking post. Like that's the route. And CeeDee goes, cool, I'm running the post. So communication, we're going to make things easier.
You see it in those clips, man. You see it in the highlight clips down at camp. There's no thinking. These guys are all running the routes and people are getting open.
Like we were lacking a lot of that last year. Granted that we were high on the communication, but it is definitely instilled in this offense, instilled on this team. And we've been working on communication since San Fran, right? So just being big on that.
We've been working on communication since the fucking divisional playoff game. Is crazy. is like that's where you start working on fucking community. Like that's where you start at. Like we've been working on it since San Fran, not the beginning of last season. Since San Fran. Ridiculous.
Being on the same page is probably the most important thing in the NFL because everybody's good, everybody's talented, everybody makes plays. The only edge that you can't have is being on the same page and having a crazy timing. And timing beats anything.
Timing beats anything, Will Steele. Crazy timing can beat anything, Will Steele. CeeDee Lamb was dropping some bars here. Now, Will Steele, do you care enough about Ronald Jones missing 2 games, or is it just?
I mean, me personally, in my show, I'm probably gonna talk about a little bit because I thought Ronald Jones could at least get to preseason games and show some of his power and stuff, but he's done. Like, I'm not honestly, I probably cut him now.
You can't be you can't be competing for
a roster spot and not be available the first 2 weeks.
You got to be you have to be there to fight for your spot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's especially when there's not a huge gap between Malik, you, and Deuce or whatever. So even better for Malik and Deuce. Anyway, but yeah. This one little thing. Oh, y'all gonna love this. We're gonna let CeeDee Lamb talk about KaVontae Turpin
today. You see him dance to everyone today?
I see it every day. But listen, Turp is the guy.
Okay, we have this fight over that Turpin can't get on the field because he's too small at receivers, right? If he's the most dangerous, dynamic guy, he can get plays designed for him, right?
Yeah, he will. They just got to keep up with him.
He's got the speed and the most freaks out here.
He's crazy. His sticks are insane, Juke. He's very elusive. He's too explosive to not be on the field. And we all understand that. We took note of it as a team. And you see him on special teams. He's breaking them 50 every time he touches the ball. So
false. Hey, motherfucker breaking 50 every time he break 50. If your goddamn punter can measure angles and tackle good, boy, it's a rap, boy. He gonna catch Turpin that. But anyway,
you had the rock eye thing going, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it because they said this shit last year. Turpin is the most.
Yeah, but Kellen, you ain't finish it. You ain't finish it. But Kellen was calling the plays.
Okay, so I didn't get the because there's more of a visual of Lamb looking.
Yes.
Over. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. They said, why wasn't he on the field? And then I think one of them said Kellen Moore, and Lamb gave him the. I mean, I ain't saying you all said Kellen's name, but type of situation. And look, man, that probably is the case. You know what I'm saying? But at least now we're seeing him out there. Obviously, we got to see it in real time, in real games. But I've been pounding the table for this since last year, bro. Like, he has to be involved in this offense. Like, he has to. You know what I'm saying? We got to see it, but that speed and the sticks that he's talking about, that's real. I seen him put Kelvin Joseph on skates twice with the same damn route. Like, Kelvin Joseph should have cheated on the second time, but he didn't, and he got put on skates.
Well, still, when we get to September and KaVontae Turpin has his 2-catch 39-yard game, then we'll talk about it, right?
That's
and look,
fair.
I don't expect Turpin to go crazy. If Turpin gets like my bar for Turpin, right? If he gets a first down, like a big play in the game, if he scores or a little something, like, you know what I mean? Like if he gets like a 3-yard gain, I go, like if he runs a good route, beats somebody, catches the pass, get tackled, and get back.
My standard's a bit higher. I want him to have a package. Like, we talk about players over plays. Like, he needs to have, like, there needs to be a play sheet, KaVontae Turpin involved, maybe out there with a CeeDee Lamb and a Cooks, right? Where now you got to deal with so much speed. The touchdown to Brandon Cooks, perfect. Brandon Cooks ran kind of a sluggo, right? And beat Nashawn Wright deep, and underneath KaVontae Turpin had all that space, and he broke Kelvin Joseph. And if he'd have threw it to KaVontae Turpin probably could have went off for a touchdown too. But same, man.
So let me ask you this, sir. Who do you need to have a bigger impact from this year? Chat, y'all can answer also. Who do you need to have a bigger impact from this year? Turpin or Tolbert?
Turpin, because he's also a returner.
Just on offense. Just as a receiver.
All right, so as a need, probably Tolbert if you're just going with that question, because he's your 3rd round pick. I don't know what that means though. What does that? What are we?
I feel like we'll try to do something sneaky? Like who do you need involved?
I don't know what that, because what is your point of the question? Because you said, who do you need to have? I mean, Tolbert's a 3rd round pick. Don't you need that to? But I don't give a damn about who I need. Who's the best player out there that's going to make my offense help me win the Super Bowl?
If you can give 30 catches a year to one of these players, would you give him to Tolbert or would you give him to Turpin?
Oh, you might hate my answer. I don't think you want to hear my answer.
Please, sir. We just
Turpin.
Okay.
I don't understand what that question means, though. I'm just letting you know, if I had 30 opportunities to put the ball in one of their hands, I would put it in Turpin's hands, dog. I don't know where you're getting at. I'm not trying to say he better, but the way you phrase that question, because I think Tolbert can develop into a better receiver than the Bull, but I just feel like Turpin can take it to the crib anywhere on the field, and if I give him 30 opportunities, he could do it. That's all I'm saying. I don't know where you're going with this, but that specific question, KaVontae Turpin.
Let me pull my monitor back down. No, we just talking. We
okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It might have been an underlining thing there, and it could have got me in trouble there.
No, there is no trouble. When I ask you for your opinion, I just legit, because look, I've seen you chastise me in the car before because my opinion, you know what I mean? Because I was too, you know what I mean? I've seen you.
You want to let them know who was right? Oh, I don't think.
Hey, we can wrap this show up.
I tried to told you I trust that offensive coordinator, and
Brother L's gonna be the producer next month. Out there, man. But yeah. That's all we got, man. CeeDee Lamb is excited about Turpin just like he was last year. I feel you. Hey, look, OC got to get him involved, and if Dak's gonna be calling the plays, then Dak got to call the motherfucking play to get him involved. So we'll see what happens. If anything, though, Will, just to be clear,
yeah,
I'm not opposed to Turpin being great. I'm not opposed to Turpin being on this team. I gotta see it. I gotta see it. And if he's great, cool. That's just one more great dude for us. And if we do see Turpin on the field, I hope it's not just some predictable triple jet fake to Lamb throw the pot, like they did those gadgety things with Turpin, and it was bad. If we're gonna use Turpin, there was this one play New England ran with the boy that played wide receiver, corner, kick return,
Marcus Jones or something like that.
That motherfucker. Like if Turpin just comes in, 5 attempts, right? 5 touches, and he does something productive with it, for your 5th receiver, you can't ask for nothing else.
Right.
Just from a roster building perspective, I just need to know that Turpin's going to do something at receiver before going into the season. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let me, if I can make you feel better about that, I haven't seen or heard about all the gizmos and gadgets with him. If you go look at a lot of his targets and catches in camp so far, it's been from the slot position doing wide receiver things. And that's encouraging, right? Because we don't want him to go in there and be a gadget player 24/7. We need you to do wide receiver things because your speed is there to threaten the defense. So far, so good. But like a lot of things with some of these players, bro, it probably won't register to us until we see it on the field. You said it, September.
Sure. Aisha's in the she's in the chat. Shouts out to you. Said Voch, we haven't seen that this year, so it's a moot point. I mean, this year only been a couple weeks. Like this league year's only been like a month or so. Like when we get to September, that like I just need to see it. And look, I don't mind anybody being optimistic about Turpin. I love anybody that's bullish. I don't mind anybody that's bullish on Turpin. Shouts out to you. Do your thing. I just would like to see Turpin do it in a real life game. And look, that starts in a couple of weeks when preseason gets here. And if Turpin gets in the preseason game and he starts going crazy, cool. Let's run it. Because he's held to the same standard that Tolbert is. Tolbert's making a bunch of catches at practice today, but let's see what Tolbert looks like in a preseason game before I lose.
That's true.
About Tolbert. It's all the same thing with all these guys, right? Jabril Cox, let's see what he looked like when the pads get on. Then we'll have this conversation. Turpin's in that same list for me. That's all.
I'm encouraged, excited about seeing these young guys develop, but some of them, for a lot of us, it's just going to have to wait until we see it, like you said, in the season, or I guess preseason, some of them, because Tolbert had a bad preseason. So, you know, he could take a step in the right direction in preseason is great too, but he's also improving mentally and physically on the field. So this is a great thing if they continue to show out in camp.
Yep. He was involved at minicamp too. He was doing work in the slot, whip routes, quick outs, etc. Well, he's not going to pass, rush, and cover nobody. Of course, he's going to run routes. That's his job. That's what he's supposed to be doing. I I just need to see what that look like. All right. Semi got to step up too. Shit. You know what I mean? All these guys. But Master William, let's get into a little bit of what happened at training camp today. Chat, y'all go ahead and call in. We're going to go to the phones in 5 minutes. It's 52. At 57, we're going to go into the phones. 5 minutes. Well, still, let me get my... Did you hear what I said ready? Let me make sure it's loud.
Did you hear what I said?
All right, cool. So listen, somebody, I saw somebody on Twitter today, right? They was on the X app, and I went in there, and somebody was like, "Oh boy, Dak going crazy on the defense today," and they was like, "Oh, does that mean that our defense sucks when the pass come on?" And I don't even know this person. Will that person had like 2 followers, but I just wanted to help him. I went in that person on the little comments. I said, well, Micah's not allowed to hit Dak, but if Micah didn't exist, then the offense going crazy. That's my
Hear what I said?
that's my mind. I saw enough from Micah Parsons today, Will Steele. I didn't need to see nothing else. And you can look at me and be like, well, Voch, it's only preseason. I mean, it's only camp. Man, I've seen Micah do this before. I've seen him, you know what I mean, last year before. And Micah just looks like a dude that just ain't finna be blocked all year. And Tyron Smith isn't what he was, but Tyron Smith is still Tyron Smith to an extent. And when I saw Micah plant his foot, slap, lift, and Tyron tumbled with his hands flailing like he on a roller coaster, I was afraid whether Tyron was gonna get up or not, because I've seen his back hurt for worse, for less. But Tyron got up, so that was a good sign. And I was like, damn, Micah going a little crazy. And I kept scrolling. Let me just see anything that's involving Micah. And every video that you see on the timeline, Will Steele, is either Micah got the sack, but that was a good throw from Dak, though. Hey, Micah got the sack right here. Hey, the offense can't get nothing going if you don't take Mike off the field. Will, you was right. I was right. Micah, I apologize. Micah Parsons is going to be the reason we do it, Will. He's going to be the reason we do it. And I don't need to see nothing else from him until September. That's just how I feel, sir.
I think he's a top 5 player in the biz, man.
In the whole
I don't give a damn about the position.
Yes. Love it. Yeah. Dog, I'm just looking at Mike, dog. I'm just looking at Micah Parsons. I'm like, bro, if you just do this to the other team, and he's done this to the other team, right? But it seems like he's really getting a hold on it. Like he's using this. Like he beat
top
Tyron.
3, yeah, shoot.
He beat Tyron with his hands, and then the little bursty explosion thing that he does, right? And look, it's to the point to where I don't even know if Tyron's still good or not, because Michael just beat this. I don't know. You know what I mean? You know, I understand that Tyron had his little rep that people highlighted versus Mozzie, and that was really a combo with Tyron and Tyler, combo and Mozzie. Mozzie had a pretty good recovery, but man, I was watching that play like, dog, like I love what I'm seeing from Micah, but what does this mean from Tyron? You got to take Mike off the field just so you can get a good look at the guy. Will, I don't want you to sound like a broken record or anything, sir, and I don't want you to give away the goodness that you're gonna give on your show tomorrow. I was drinking the Kool-Aid, dog. What you got from Micah Parsons, bro?
How can I top that, bro? I mean, it's getting to the point now where words are just, it's not enough. All I can just say is we have one of the best players, one of maybe the 3 to 5 for those who might be like, oh my God, no, he's not better than this quarterback. Whatever, dog. We have quite literally one of the rarest players in the league, one of the best players in the league. And he's a dude that leads on the field. He's a dude that gives it 110% every play. And he's a dude that's only going to continue to get better. There's not much more to say about Micah, dog. He's going to come out here. He's going to be an all-pro again. He's going to vie for the Defensive Player of the Year. And he said, I want to vie for MVP, honestly. And I think it's possible. I truly do. With the dudes around him, if the offense, takes that step to where we also are making teams have to throw the rock, Micah might mess around and get, I know he don't care about sacks this year, but he might mess around and get you 15 to 20 sacks if the offense puts it out there.
Chat, let me ask y'all a question. Micah Parsons or Aaron Donald? Micah Parsons or Justin Jefferson? Micah Parsons or Josh Allen or something? You know what I mean? Which is why I love what Will Steele said, right? Like Micah he's not competing for like defensive guys anymore. You know what I mean? He's not competing.
Nah, you say Pat Mahomes and then everybody else, right? Like he's competing with everybody else.
Yeah. I would love to hear what y'all got to say, and look, take away quarterback value, right? Because of course quarterback value is like better, but I'm talking about like player. The player Micah Parsons versus the player Josh Allen.
Man, put the damn value in. I don't give a damn. Seriously, you know why? Because Micah Parsons can play about 5 different positions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
At a high level. I truly believe that.
Yep. And he's ruining your whole offense, bro.
Yeah.
He's destroying. He's making you change how you play offense. That's fair, bro. That's fair. All right. What else did you see from oh yeah, so Dak, so look, 4-3. 4-3 looks like a thing. Dak seems to be a little hotter in general today. He seemed like he had a
last 2 days.
Yeah, of course. So like besides Micah Parsons blowing up the play and them not blowing the whistle, the damn second and a half after that, Dak was throwing strikes down the field and he got guys involved. He got Turpin involved. He got Tolbert involved. He got Jalen Brooks involved. And of course CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and things like that.
Even Gallup got into the fold today. Yeah.
Gallup got involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we gonna live and die by 4, bro. We're gonna live and die by 4. Go ahead.
I'm loving the horizontal and vertical aspect of this game and not the static stuff. It was who I have on today? It was Kyle. Kyle Yeomans talked about how there's a lot more horizontal things happening within this offense, which we're talking about the West Coast, right? So you're going to get a lot of crossers, a lot of slants and things like that. That's going to be a lot easier for these wide receivers to get into. But to have the vertical aspect, the post to it, the seam or the deep over or the 9 route attached to all that, man, it just makes me giddy to see this offense full throttle because it shouldn't be any more miscommunication about what they're seeing out there as opposed to just running the route and making sure you're running the nuanced aspect of that route as opposed to, okay, I got to cut in front of this safety or right behind this linebacker mid route based on how they do the coverage. And that's what kind of threw us off the last couple of seasons with the whole blueprint thing. Like, oh, I see what they're doing here. We can actually dictate to them, right? They're not dictating to us. We can dictate to them. And was Brian Schottenheimer said, we're going to be an attacking style offense, and that's what you're going to see. That's a different mindset, man.
I kind of want to see Tolbert's notebook.
Yeah, notebook thing's pretty cool. Yeah,
I'm curious. But besides that though, Mozzie looking big as hell. I would love to see. I don't think they got like one-on-ones or whatever, but I would just love to see more from my D line, just from the people that's just taking footage out there. I just want to see. And look, we're not getting one-on-ones, right? But I want to see like Terrence versus whoever the hell Terrence is lined up against. Will Steele. I don't know if this is bias or just my anger or whatever, right? But there's this one play where everybody just seemed to have gotten beaten. But Josh Ball got beat worse than everybody else, and I hated it.
Oh, well, brother, Kyle said Josh Ball's had a terrible camp.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Which does inspire you, though.
How long you give him? You give him a couple of...
I think the rope is, the leash is very short. I said that this morning. Like, he was like, I want to see, get the pads on, see if he can improve. I'm like, that has to be a short leash because I don't want to keep wasting these opportunities on Josh Ball.
Sure.
Like, put in somebody else that we can see potentially if we need them, because there's no more Connor McGovern, right? Who was a swing guy when Zach Martin was out. So you need to get somebody in. Yeah, I'm playing this play, and they slowed it down, and what he did to Tyron Smith. Y'all, that's I know Tyron ain't the same like you said, but I don't know how many times I've ever seen that happen to Tyron.
Inside hand, bro. Inside hand. Micah did the same thing. I believe it was like
McGlinchey
or something like that. Mike McGlinchey. That's who it was.
The hump.
That's what it was.
Look, man, that doesn't happen. I don't give a damn what Tyron this is. That just doesn't happen to a 325-pound lineman.
He just looks so vicious, bro. Yeah. He just look. No, he hit
the shot.
No, Will said he hit Tyron so hard he didn't get hurt. Like how that works.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When I saw that, I said, "Oh, pull him, get him out of there, get him down, please."
Oh man, Matt Owen said, "Is there a world where Mozzie, Bo, and Hankins make the team?" Yes,
in my world.
Yeah, for sure. Because Mozzie is a one tech. Well, he's a one tech, 3 tech guy, right? Hankins is a 0-1 tech guy. Bo is Hankins backup. You know what I'm saying? So they all got to make the team. You know what I mean? Bo and Hankins they're not gonna have a bunch of 3-tech in their life unless it's some type of shift and they just end up in B gap. They ain't got a whole bunch of 3-tech in their life. So Bo is Hankins backup, and Bo might be the future if we don't keep Hank another year. So the short future till we draft another big dude like that. But go ahead.
Aisha said something in here because I think they spoke today, Tyron Smith, that kind of echoes what we've been talking about with being an attacking style offense and what Schottenheimer said. She said that Tyron mentioned on the fan that they're taking it to them instead of waiting for it to happen, even from an offensive line standpoint. Yeah. That is a different mentality, man. And I don't know how many times we talked about this either on the underground over the last few years, but the whole we're just going to aggressively take what the defense gives you. That's fine in stints. That's fine against bad teams. When you run up against one of them ones, you need to be able to deliver a punch for a punch. Yeah. You can't be static. You can't be as cautious. You got to figure out a way to match that intensity and match that physicality. And we just hadn't. We weren't that. We adopted the mantra of our leader. Yep. Right? Like Kellen Moore, when you're the play caller, like you're going to adopt what that play caller is. And we were pretty damn soft, man. So hopefully that changes a bit.
The conference has been locked.
That's what Maya said. He said, nah, man, that's that soft. He was talking about Kellen Moore.
Right. Never mind. I ain't going to talk about the thing, but that was a ridiculous question.
Nah, man, that's that soft. Let's see. Got some all platinum calls today, man. You can't get a better lineup than this, man. All platinum. Well, Marv isn't here, but you can't beat all platinum calls. All right, so it's 4:00. Let's see what we do here. Let's start out at let's get DJ on the phone. What's up, DJ?
Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a minute. Glad to be back. I'm glad y'all are back, man.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome. Appreciate you, sir. What you got for
us? Man, today I think I was with you on the whole Turpin thing.
Okay.
All the way up until we started hearing how they're going to utilize them differently, and they're actually seeing them on the field. We've seen a couple of videos of him doing things and all that kind of stuff. And their general direction on, actually putting guys with speed out there. Mm-hmm. That's been one of my biggest grievances and all that kind of stuff. Y'all covered it, so I'm not going to harp on it too much. But, the Brandon Cooks of the world, the KaVontae Turpins of the world, actually having that dynamic on the field now, I'm just really excited to see it. So I actually, I agree with Will on this. I mean, if we're giving 30 touches to somebody, between Tolbert and Turpin, I feel like Turpin could do more with the 30 touches. You know what I mean? There's a couple touchdowns in there in my book. But, I mean, of course, we got to get out there and see it. But, I mean, I'm really glad that they finally went in this direction of speed because I'm a speed fan, So that was my big thing there. And then, I saw that video. I was glad that Tyron got back up and we didn't hear any reports or anything like that. And they came out and said he was hurt or something. So between those two things, man, I'm really excited in the direction that everything is going this year.
Yeah. Yep. I feel you. All right, man. Sound like you at Chuck E. Cheese, man. So we're gonna go ahead and run your question. Appreciate you, my guy. Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And Will, I don't hate your line of thinking that if I had to give 30 touches to somebody, give it to Turpin. I love your line of thinking. I just want to see what Turpin looks like. So appreciate you, DJ. Appreciate you, Wilson.
That's a great question because we haven't seen Turpin or Tolbert
do shit.
Do it right. So you're just guessing at this point, and I'm just basing it off with the measurables or whatnot. But I was thinking about this after I talked about that. When you said need, I didn't say the right thing actually. It still is Tolbert from a need standpoint. But here's why: because if Gallup is not back, right?
It's Tolbert. Yeah.
You need Tolbert to be able to step in the next year because you're going to probably, cut him, take the money or whatever, eat the money, and then you need Tolbert to step in. So the need is still Turpin. But when you switch it to 30 touches, or not Turpin, I'm sorry, the need is Tolbert. But when you switch it to 30 touches, I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I like to see 4.2 speed get 30 touches.
Especially this year. You could probably use your change of pace gadgety dude this year more than Tolbert as just a regular wide receiver guy. But if Tolbert ends up being your third receiver, then you definitely need him to. Yeah. Because I don't see a world where Turpin is your third receiver.
I don't either.
But Turpin's always going to be a dude that comes on the field and get reps sometimes. So yeah, we'll see. Let's get JR on the phone. We ain't heard from JR in a minute. What's up, JR?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Let's go, baby.
You know what's coming.
God damn.
I know.
I was trying to avoid it all. I've been trying to avoid it all day. I pull up the first thing I hear, and Earl Spence got his ass. Stop. Damn. I can't escape it.
Yeah.
I can't escape it. It's been a whole day.
Yeah.
I turned on the radio. I turned on the
crazy.
I called my mama.
Damn.
My mama. Well, you know, I talked to his mama, and you know, they ain't really saying much. She just sent me a thumbs up, and you know, he doing good in the spirits. I'm like, hey, we can't escape. Boy, Dallas, we gonna be hurt until the Cowboys play and win. That's that we gonna be the whole city. God, I'm dealing with my band. I'm trying to keep my band together. They arguing. We got a show for goddamn the people in the Gap band. We trying to audition for them and Jive Records tonight. I can't get them together. They arguing. Earl Smith, goddamn Bud Crawford. How you done whoop the whole goddamn city?
What is that? Whoop the whole city.
The whole city of Dallas. The whole city of Dallas. God damn, boy.
Man.
Crazy.
But anyway, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, but the last that last part, you know what I'm saying? That CeeDee Lamb interview.
Beat the show.
CeeDee basically talking big cash.
Yeah.
He talking big cash.
Yeah.
He put him on notice.
Yeah.
He like, look, y'all better back up.
Yeah.
Because if not, hey, they're going deep.
Yeah.
Boy, they're going deep. They're going deep. You know what I'm saying? Emoji in the chat, deep. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
They got that thing in his hand, gonna do something with it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Hey, we gotta come up. We gotta we had in game. We gotta come up with something for the offense. We got Turk. Like Turk is we done had this before. We done had the Lucky Petersons. I mean, not Lucky Petersons.
The Lucky Petersons.
Lucky Peterson is crazy. Who is Lucky Peterson? Who is Lucky? I'm cutting you off. Who is Lucky Peterson?
That sounds like an Italian gang member from the Prohibition era.
No,
he in a Gap band. He plays drums.
I'm half music. I'm half music, half cowboy
they
right
call
now.
him Little Lucky Pete.
Lucky Pete.
Little Lucky Pete. Half
Lucky
Irish,
Peterson.
half Italian.
Right.
My bad, man. My band tripping, man. I'm trying to keep them together. You know what I'm talking about? I'm just making sure, you know what I'm talking about? Hey, y'all keep doing that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Send it to Hoko. I don't know if he's gonna be here. Tolbert, if he can line up, you know what I'm talking about? He can ride the bench. You know what I'm talking about? Because I think Turpin's gonna take this shit. You know what I'm talking about? That's all I got. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all. Y'all keep 100. You know what I'm talking about? Aisha, Lisa, what's up? And real quick, when you see people that talk about that shit and they do it, you know what I'm talking about? That shit fire you up. Lisa was somebody that talked about that shit. Then we looked up and she was doing that shit. What's up? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's Lisa. That's Voch. That's Law. That's
Lisa's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all us out here. So y'all need to like, share, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because you in here with some people that don't just talk, but they put their action behind what they talking about. You know what I'm saying? So it's up. And it's up. And y'all heard me this morning. That's all I got to say. Love y'all. Y'all keep it when I went on.
Appreciate you, man.
Did he just quote, was it Cardi B?
It's Cardi B. It's Cardi B.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear Aisha's name, I got to do it.
Let me tell you something, man. The origin of Lisa is so hilarious because
they don't know.
Capital I next to lowercase I. It looked just like a.
And for like that week, he was calling her Lisa. And then I don't know if y'all know, but that kind of turned into me calling her Lisa Left Eye Isha. Lisa Left Eye Isha.
Mm-hmm.
But I let it go because her name is not Lisa, y'all. But
which is why everybody's just roll with 2 Aisha.
It's actually Aisha.
Right. Shouts out to Will Steele. Shouts out to JR, man. Thanks for calling in. Shouts out to 2 Alicia. Just making it up. Airborne Bullies. We ain't heard from him in a minute. What's up, sir?
What's going on, family?
Cool and player.
Hey, shout out to you and shout out to my guy Sky, man. I'm off today, man. So I'm over here playing Call of Duty, man.
Yes,
listening to y'all boys chat right now. It's good stuff.
Appreciate you, man.
So, hey, so I want to talk about the offense side, then we're gonna get to the defense. So Mike McCarthy, man, it sounds like he's putting a whole bunch of faith in Dak. And when I say faith, I mean I believe in Dak. I believe in him since day one, but you know how Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers were in Mike McCarthy's career with the Packers. You can kind of see he's doing that with Dak now. Since he's the play caller, he's putting all that on Dak so Dak can do what the hell he wanted to do.
Sure.
And that's a big boy move.
Yeah.
That's something that we really don't know of of that, you know. And every time you hear the players talking about the offense, the first thing they say is fast.
Right.
Man, I think it's gonna be crazy, bro.
Yeah.
I think Mike McCarthy, man, he's gonna be in the bag going crazy.
Oh,
I gotta go with my man Sky and everybody else, man. He has a plan for Turp.
Yeah.
I seen a couple of clips, man, and I'm like, man, Turp looked like he might be one of the ones.
Yeah.
And last year I was feeling the same way he was, Voch. I ain't gonna lie to you. When he muffed in and I'm like, I'm throwing up.
Yeah.
Looking at him. I'm sick.
Right.
But I ain't gonna lie, man, last 2 days, bro, Turp he looked like he might be that little missing piece, man. He got that speed that we already got cooked. I think Turp is like really number 5 now.
You think I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hear me out. Hear me out now.
I'm sorry,
You got CeeDee, he won.
Right.
Cook, number 2. You got Gallup,
3.
He number 3.
Sammy?
Jalen Tolbert and Turp.
Okay.
I think they're the 2 actually battling for that position.
Okay.
Simi, he's cool. Well, you can't really rely on Simi because my man ain't never really played a game.
Right. Yeah.
And after the you know what I'm saying, after the easy little pass that he dropped and it got picked off, man, I'm like, see, Simi, he got the body type, he got everything.
Yeah.
All the traits, but the thing is, he just don't have the experience, man. So me personally, I think Turp is actually higher on the list than most people give him credit.
So Liz, what about so what about Dennis Houston?
No.
No, like just absolute no, because Dennis Houston actually.
Nah, Dennis. I think Dennis might make practice, but that's about it. Because you got to think, man. Since we got Brandon Cook and then Michael Gallup looking healthy, and it looked like Jalen Tolbert is actually earning that. Jalen Herbert was already better than Dennis Houston from the beginning, but Jalen, he was just confused off damn Madden boys damn playbook. That's all that was. I mean, I know he was lining up in the rafters over there next to Jerry Jones half the time, but it's all good. I think this year they got a plan for real.
The only reason I asked
Atlanta, man.
The only reason I asked is
they got some cooking. Go ahead.
The only reason I asked is because Dennis Houston actually got he actually been in the game before. You know,
I'm trying to time it perfect.
Yeah, right.
He been in the game for.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
go ahead.
Don't get me wrong, man. Dennis Houston did his thing, but what was Dennis Houston?
The conference has been unlocked.
Right. Well, I mean, he didn't. I mean, so look, Dennis Houston hasn't done much, but he's done more than Tolbert and Turpin is what I'm saying. Though. You feel me?
I got that, but I think if we're gonna talk experience, I think Turp part has more experience than all the guys. If we're gonna talk about his college, then the USFL, and then all the other little leagues he played in before he even got to the NFL. I think Turp got a lot of experience. He's his size. I mean, just like dudes, man. They both small dudes.
Yeah.
But they used to playing with big boys, you know. So
yeah.
And honestly, man, I think Turp, man. I mean, I think Mike McCarthy got a plan for him, man. So it is what it is. Now, I'm not super high on Turp because I'm still mad about the 49ers game and stuff. But you know, I honestly feel like McCarthy, man, he's gonna do his thing with Turp.
Queen,
but
call
on the
in.
defense side, man.
Yeah.
We gotta give Mozzie a little bit more credit, man. Like Tyron Tyler was a combo block, then he got chipped by Henny.
Yeah.
So
he recovered pretty good though.
He recovered,
yeah, he did recover, and that's the thing. I was like,
Hankins got up in there. That's one of the things I noticed too.
Right?
Yep.
Like 2 transformers, man.
The conference has been locked.
Hey, fam.
And Micah, man, he's doing his thing, man. It's unfair. I ain't gonna lie. Micah,
Fam.
he's like top 3 right now.
Do me a favor, because I care about your health. Please change that smoke detector.
But
can you hear me?
But that's all I got.
Oh, he can't hear me.
Yeah.
All right, Airborne Bullet. Appreciate you, man. Be safe, bro.
When people can't hear me, I'm just going.
Hey, Scott, man. Go ahead.
The whole time.
Man. I got you.
What'd you say?
I told Scott to go ahead and start his GoFundMe.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, I appreciate it. Definitely am.
Yeah. So we get your PC up, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I shot you a hundo, man, this morning.
Oh, that was you?
I was able to get you live, but
no,
you know,
that.
Go ahead, do the GoFundMe, man. I get you right.
All right, appreciate you.
Thank you, bro.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
I'm out.
Yep. Now we'll still apologize to that man. He put
I know. I feel bad now that we're doing the beep. But no, I seriously care about his health though. I mean, gotta change that. Got to change the smoke detector. Can I say something serious though?
Please.
Because he had a lot of deep things there, but the very first thing to talk about was Dak Prescott, right? And McCarthy putting it in his hands. And I saw something. I want to go back and double check it. With Brett Favre, who you want to talk about interception machine. I mean, Brett Favre quite literally has the most interceptions in the history of football. And it's not because he threw like 8 interceptions for 25 years. This mother lover was throwing interceptions like it was nothing. 24, 25, 29, 28. And the year that I think it was Mike McCarthy came in for the Packers, he went from 28 interceptions and cut it down to 19. Yeah. So, that was an established guy, more established and successful than Dak coming in, right? So he got a guy like Mike McCarthy. He got a guy like Brett Favre to kind of tune that up and get right. And for those 3 years or those next 2 years, his interceptions decreased in both years until he left to go with the Jets. So, yeah, I do think this is going to be a good thing, not a bad thing.
All right, we'll see. We'll see. Let's get Queen on the phone. What's up, Queen?
Oh, girl, give me that.
How you doing today?
I was wondering what you was doing.
No, we just doing our little thing at the 9 to 5. You know how it go. How you doing today?
Yeah. All right. Y'all can hear me pretty good, right?
Hey, yes, ma'am. We can hear you real good. What you got for us today?
Man, I was watching Law on his live.
What'd he say?
With them practice today.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't had none in about 4 years.
Oh,
what?
When Dak Prescott
No what?
threw that ball,
No what?
beat Brandon Cooks. I'm not busting about that.
Oh.
When I was watching that thing. Hello?
Huh? Yeah, we here. We here. What? Okay, so Queen, run that back just to make sure. What happened? What you say? Run that back.
Your inbox about to go crazy on Twitter.
Bring it back.
Please. That I ain't had none in about 4 years, and when Dak Prescott that deep pass to Brandon Cooks, I damn near busting nut up in here in this job.
Well, I'm glad it made you feel that way. Shit. We ain't got no damn sponsors. Quarterback on that.
We ain't get one now.
Quarterback on Netflix. so Queen, so like Dak do it to you like that? I mean, Dak just do it to you like that? I mean, you like what you were seeing?
He did it to me. He did it to me today. That was in his bag today, y'all. He was.
Queen had to go to the break room.
I mean, I didn't have to pull my little friend out of nothing.
Oh,
this was a good day. Just watching that.
Shit. I need to go play sports, Will. I'm in the wrong. We here, sweetie. We just trying to. What's the word, Will? Steele? You trying to figure the shit out? We try to diagnose. We try to.
Yeah.
We try to figure it out.
I don't even got the words, Queen. I mean, it was it was nice.
Shit. Queen, has Will Steele followed you back yet on Twitter? Has he followed you back yet?
I don't even.
No.
Damn.
No, and I ain't gonna say what I'm thinking because I don't want Michelle coming to see with no damn fun.
Tell me what you was thinking. Tell me what you was thinking. Tell me what you was thinking.
I can't get muted like y'all do on that show.
I'm just saying, like, you know, I could, like, if you tell me what you was thinking, I can go find Will Steele and I can pass the message along, right? What was you thinking?
Don't fall for this, Queen.
I was just saying, if he don't hurry up and fix that thing on Twitter so I can, tell him, privately different things about football, then I might have to spank his ass.
Why are you trying to do this to me?
I'm not doing nothing to nobody. I'm having a show here. And Queen says she wanted to be followed back on social media. And I support the people that support us. And I'm trying to get her followed back on Twitter, sir. Now, what's your problem?
I plead the fifth. I'm not saying nothing.
Yeah.
I feel like whatever I say is.
No, that's Michelle. But sometimes your man need a little spank.
Oh, come on, hey, man.
Hanky panky, little pop toy.
It's happening.
That's right.
Some of that little hot pocket. I feel you.
Yeah.
Queen told me, Shay.
Yeah. They squabbling out there now.
Yeah.
We feel you, Queen. We love you to pieces, but we gonna make sure that we get you followed back so that you can send DMs about football and nothing else. Okay, we gonna make sure that that gets done for you.
This is worse than Dontrell.
It ain't worse than Dontrell.
Very,
Better.
very worse. Much
It's
worse.
better than Dontrell. Dontrell will never have a call like this. You going to camp, Queen? Queen call drop. Queen call drop. She was going through a bad area, but shit, me too, goddamn. That whole time, I'm just like,
100% could have been an entire call of that.
Oh, fuck it, that's what we do here.
You ain't got the boy, yo, mama show do care about you.
Hold on. Let me get my sweat rag ready. Let me just.
Your mama sure does care about your schooling, son.
Well, I'm like for real sweating, and I ain't even do nothing, dog.
Hey, look, you're innocent, Mike. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't me.
Who has a show better than this? I don't know.
I did not expect that.
I did. That's why I opened the phones back up and let her right back in here. Boy, I locked them right back.
Queen act like the girl that Dontrell thought I was with.
She definitely bad business. She definitely bad business.
Look, Dontrell at home like.
If Dontrell see you anywhere with Queen, dog, you wrong. You might well go ahead and pack your little shit up, dog. You anywhere with Queen, you might well go ahead and leave the guy. You might well go ahead and leave the house, dog, with half your shit. You leave.
Look, man, I got my queen. I'm straight.
I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you. I'm just saying. JR the mailman, what's up with you, sir?
Hey, what's going on about you? I'm gonna be real quick, man. Get out the way.
Please.
I got a question.
Yes, sir.
But I want
Leave me alone, Mel. Leave me alone.
From y'all. Okay, my first question is do you believe that Zach Martin will be back by the beginning of the season, or is he gonna continue to hold out? I'm kind of nervous about this situation.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in the end, we still gotta re-sign Parsons and CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah. Zach will be back. Zach will be back. I don't know if Zach gonna get new money. Zach may get like a weird contract thing done to him, but Zach ain't gonna miss no time. He's all right.
Because I feel like, you really can't deny him his money. Because I mean, under 10 penalties and a 10-year career, that's like unheard of.
Yeah, best guy we got.
So you gotta pay him.
Yeah.
Under 10 sacks, 10 penalties combined, that's unheard of. I don't remember, hearing them like this in history. And I watched a guy that's named Football Scout on YouTube.
Okay.
Is Tyron Smith a real possibility at guard if Zach doesn't report to camp?
Tyler Smith?
Start the season. No, Tyron. Is Tyron Smith a possibility at
not a right guard?
Right guard, because
no. If Zach doesn't play, it's gonna be Fournier and Josh Ball. It ain't gonna be Chuma though. So yeah, Fournier and Josh Ball.
That don't sound too good, man.
Nope, gotta hope Zach show up for us.
Yeah, that's all I had, man. I just wanted to see what was the thought on it, because I was kind of nervous about this Zach Martin contract.
Yeah.
And then everybody, he started the domino effect. Nick Bosa, came out and asked his money. Jonathan Taylor, like everybody wants to get paid now. So, but I mean, like you said, you can't really deny him his money. I mean, he's been the best guard for the last 10 years, under 10 sacks, under 10 penalties, and 10 years. That's unheard of.
Yep.
It's almost like video games.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. Appreciate you though, brother. Good call, man.
Yes, sir.
Yep, Zach will get done though. I don't have any. I don't have any.
Zach if Zach missed games, this would be unprecedented. I'm not worried about it till he missed games.
And if he does miss a game, his ass gonna get paid that next week. You know what I mean? This ain't a game of chicken that you really want to be dealing with right now.
All Zach got to do is say 2 words: Josh Ball.
That's it. And he'll be in.
Hang the phone
that
up.
money be wired the next day. Let's get Adrian on the phone. What's up, Adrian?
What's going on, Voch?
What's good,
player? Very interesting sequence of events that just took place over the past couple of minutes, I might say.
That's the show.
No, it wasn't. That's just how it is, man. This is what we do here. It's what we do here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yep.
And I guess getting back on topic with the Cowboys, I've been telling my dad, I've been telling everybody, like, why they let go of Kellen Moore. I don't think Kellen Moore likes listening to players and having trying to incorporate players into the scheme versus just trying to make players fit.
Yep.
A square peg into a circle hole type situation.
That's what Queen's doing.
Because it seemed like why I was watching that San Francisco game. He's like, we got Turpin and we got T.Y. Hilton sitting on the sideline when they can both blaze.
Mm-hmm.
We're watching CeeDee Lamb, pretty much smoking their best wide receivers. Like, why aren't we trying to run the ball?
Yep.
Like, San Francisco's defense is pretty much a dome where if you can play outside of that front seven, you can pretty much smoke them any way you want to.
For sure. And we I forgot who said it. It was I think it was Mike McCarthy that said it, that he he was focused on these guys moving in different places, not just being on one just one spot on the offense or whatever. So I mean, you got CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Michael Gallup. That can look 9 different ways. You know what I'm saying? So boy, as long as you have some type of imagination, some type of creativity, this could be a thing. Plus, we always talk about, man, boy, our offense sure is better when it's in no huddle and Dak can just kind of call the plays. I feel like that's what it's going to feel like. If the team is emphasizing moving faster and if Dak is going to pick plays out of a select group of plays, I can only imagine that that's what this offense is going to look like. It's going to look like this offense in no huddle, which is fantastic. So if we can just harness that, put it in a bottle and bring it out every week, come on, man.
Also, ever since Kellen, since Kellen's finally gone and we've been seeing all these practices, I don't think I've seen a single jet reverse or any of these trick plays where offensive linemen are lining up at wide receiver and all that weird stuff. I think things are going to be a lot more structured, and it's gonna allow our playmakers to play fast and not have to think as much, because it's like Kellen wanted everybody to know every part of the offense versus just knowing their job.
Yep. Understood. And hell, when you make the job that much easier, and this just goes back to a take that one of my coaches told me. Coach Evans told me this. I thought he was in the chat box earlier. How our offense was back in high school, how it was run. I played center, and my quarterback, we were the only ones that really had to think. Like, everybody else just lined up and played. If the left guard, the right tackle had a question, they'll look at the center and we'll make the calls from there. The wide receivers, everybody else, they'll look for the quarterback. When you have 11 people thinking, it's more likely to get mixed up in something, But if you only got just 2 people thinking, and those people are likely the smart people, just whatever, and just relay the message down the line or whatever, it's you can play faster when those non-thinking guys don't have to think. So yeah, fair enough.
Exactly. It's kind of like a representation of military. It's like, look, you got a field general, you got your the guy that's controlling the group, and everybody else just gotta follow suit. You don't need to have everybody, when people have to keep asking questions, then you can't get your job done.
Yep, fair enough. Appreciate you, Adrian. Fantastic call, fantastic point, sir.
But I'll never forgive him for sending out, was it Connor McGovern and Terrence Steele on a route in the playoff game.
Yeah, Kelly can go, bro.
In a playoff game, bro.
Kelly can
not practice, not against some scrub team, in the playoff.
He'll line up eligible and wouldn't even run a route, and then they'll let him run a route.
Linemen, we're downfield like this. I'm open. I bet you is.
Because ain't nobody covering your goofy ass. Come on.
Then it wasn't CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper on outside. It was Noah Brown and Ced Wilson.
But Terrence still got a touchdown though. Got more touchdowns than Turpin. All right, let's get Deshaun. Let's get Deshaun on the phone.
Dang, Voch, you hating on Turpin like that already?
I love Turpin, man. He just got to show me what's good with you, brother.
Look good. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, this has been a good day. Queen. Hey, shout out to Queen.
Love Queen.
Know how to have entertainment.
We love Queen. We love Queen. Can't wait to buy her a drink one day. Go ahead.
All right. So first, I got like 4 things. So one is the Micah thing. So I did see the clips. Oh my Lord, that's Mm-hmm. I ain't gonna lie, him doing the workout and everything he's been doing is gonna pay off because that was just murder. What I seen, I was just happy that Tyron got back up because I was just like, Lord have mercy. Every time Dak hiked the ball, you see Micah come right around the corner just waiting, and he couldn't hit him. But I'm just like, I'm gonna feel sorry for Dan Jones in game one. That's all I'm gonna say to that.
Yeah.
Two, I like that the explosiveness. Scott was talking about it earlier this morning about the explosiveness that we have throughout the offense. You know, Turk, including Turk bots, but having the explosiveness throughout the offense and CeeDee and like. You see all these weapons that we have, so it's not like you can just take one weapon away. We don't have the other weapons waiting on us. CeeDee said Cook actually said he said, well, if you bracket CeeDee and you leave me 101, you know it's about to happen. You CeeDee warned it, and if he said come up if you want to, you see what happens. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, 100%.
That. Huh?
No. Go ahead. We listen. Queen is wide receiver 1 through 4 is crazy, but go ahead, Sean.
Yeah. All right, and then I'm just like happy with the play calling. It's a lot more simple. People forget sometimes that simple things, going back to the fundamental things, can help an offense out completely. It's not about like lessening it to make Dak like I guess stupid or whatever, but it's about lessening it to make things simple and common and to be able to just get a playoff without having to do some crazy type of thing. You shouldn't have to double reverse, triple reverse to get Turpin in, anything like that. Just how it was in practice. Do a little like zig and just give him the ball and get him in open space. It's not hard. It shouldn't be that hard. And you to see the look in CeeDee Lamb's face when they kept saying Kellen, he didn't want to say anything. He was like, "Yeah, I know it's Kellen. It's Kellen. I'm not gonna say nothing because y'all got me on camera, but it's Kellen."
Yeah.
And then my last thing personally is I guess people over exaggerate the Dak interceptions way too much. It's kind of sad because this man throw interception and then next thing you know it'll go viral saying like, oh my gosh, here we go, Dak's throwing this many interceptions instead of looking at it like, okay, this is training camp. I want him to take some shots.
Right.
Because I want to see what works and what not works. It's a chemistry thing.
But look though, on that though, Deshaun, like you shouldn't be listening to people during this time anyway. Like you shouldn't be listening to non-serious Cowboy fans anyway. Because Dak, ever since he's been here, he's a lot more, he's more aggressive in training camp anyway, because he wants to know which throws he can and can't be making anyway. So some of these throws that he's making, that he's throwing picks in camp, he's not even gonna try some of those throws when he gets to like the real season or whatever. So man, you can't listen to people. You can't listen to people.
Oh no, it was one of our favorite fans. Like they literally had.
You can't listen to these people, Deshaun. You can't listen to these people, Deshaun. Nah, you ain't listening. I said. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get you up out of here. This is competition with us still. We're gonna go ahead and get you up out of here, man. We love you, bro. Appreciate you. Think I'm playing?
You ain't lying.
Did you hear what
Did you hear what I said?
That's what I said, now. Let's get D Schiff on the phone. Sorry for making you wait, sir. What's up?
Man, what's up, Voch, man? I'm sorry that everybody aggravating you with the Turpin thing, man.
It's fine, sir. No problem.
Playing the mind things on you, bro. And
I'm very
if I can retract anything I said about Turpin over Bo, man, I apologize, bro. But that's just how it is sometimes, man.
Yeah. I feel you, bro. I feel you. What you got for us, D Schiff?
Nah, man.
I'm sure you're ready to tell us about how excited you are that Van Der Esch playing edge now. Sometimes I'm sure you're excited to tell us about that.
No, man. I actually like Micah's stance, sir.
Okay,
that's what I was going to talk about.
Please.
But I like Micah's stance just because just having that guy who's going to just take that responsibility, and just take it upon himself to say that despite the situation going on with the offense, despite anything that may happen, you can have Trayvon Mullen playing cornerback too, but I'm still going to put this on me, and I'm going to be the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I really like that from Micah. And I kind of wondered, like, what y'all feel maybe, y'all, not to say that Dak feels any type of way, but is there like maybe a competition that's kind of ignited in Dak to say that, like, I feel you, Micah, but, this is my team, and I'm going to work to prove to make that so. But that's all I have for today, fellas. Appreciate y'all as always, bro.
Sure. Not in the way of whose team this is, though. I don't think that anybody's going to try to fight Dak's leadership or anything like that. But I do think that Micah understands that it's his job to line up at practice every day and try to destroy the offense any way that he can.
Mm-hmm.
And by doing so, that makes the offense better. You know what I mean? So I'm sure, Micah leads in his own way. Micah's gonna be lead by example guy. You know what I'm saying? And you can listen to Micah and just tell that his type of leadership is different, but you follow the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? And Dak got a fucking degree in leadership, but by way of talking shit, or whether it be Dak and Trey Diggs or Dak and D-Law talking shit, like you need that defense to destroy Dak Prescott. And you need Dak Prescott to find as many holes in that defense as you possibly can. To be fair, whenever we see these big ass plays versus defense, I'm seeing 25 and I'm seeing one of these guys or whatever, like, hey, find the scrub. We always talk about Kelvin. We talk about find the scrub all the time, bro. And Malik Hooker be looking around like, damn, Kelvin, that's part of the phone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we gonna line up, we gonna find the weakness in you. And bro, like this offense versus like, man, I said this couple weeks ago, like what better defense you want besides this one to line up and just go against every day, man. So
yeah, I don't think there's a competition for leadership. I just think there's a natural competition that brews in amongst both of them. And you see it, at practice, those two guys were chirping. We saw a lot last year, those two guys chirping at each other. This year, you see maybe Diggs saying something to him. Hell, even in baseball, I went to the home run derby thing they did, and you see Micah and Dak just going back and forth at each other. There's that kind of competition, but for fighting for leadership, I don't think it's one of those situations where break the pool stick and best leader comes out of here. I think both of those guys will lead their respective units, and that'll be that.
Yep. Great comment, Will. Still, let's get Jack on the phone. See what he's talking about. What's up, Jack?
But
Huh?
the most electric man on YouTube without a defibrillator. Scott.
You.
Only man that don't need a lighter to catch fire. With all due damn disrespect, man.
Talk to him.
First, I would like to say, hi the fuck y'all, man.
Wonderful, man. Life good. I can't complain.
Absolutely amazing. Stupendous, gentlemen. Now, number 11 over everybody.
Yeah. Straight up.
Number 11 over everybody.
Yeah.
Him and Big Flash Williams, they going to have a year, baby.
Yeah.
They firing off their edge, and I don't know, hey, we got some good tackles, bro.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of whoop ass coming from that defensive side of the ball, man.
Sir.
Whole lot of whoop ass.
Yep.
And with our offense, bro, what I think the difference from last year to this year going to be is we're going to be running routes with purpose. We're gonna run routes with purpose. The specificity of those routes that we're running.
The what?
Just like you saw.
The what you say?
The specificity.
Okay. Specificity. Okay.
Look it up. It's in the glossary. It's in the dictionary. It's in the thesaurus. You know what I'm saying?
Bet it is. Yep.
But just like how you saw Turpin underneath, which allowed Brandon Cooks to get open over the top. And it worked vice versa. Him going up top allowed Turpin to get open.
Yeah.
And that's what's allowing the younger guys to address the different concepts of the game and to understand the different concepts of being a wide receiver.
Right.
That no longer has to wait for him to go to 5 yards to make a decision, or him to go to 7 yards to make a decision on which route he's going to go to. Now everything is fluid. In the words of Stephen A. Smith, it's fluid. Now you're going to see the real character of our offense. Now we got an attacking offense with an attacking defense. Man, we're going to beat the shit out of people like Bud did Spence. With all due damn disrespect.
Too soon, man. Too soon for them Dallas folk, man.
With all due damn disrespect, man. I missed you guys. I'm glad you guys are back. I've been watching tape. I've been keeping up with you. I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. You know what I'm saying? It's been a long time. But God damn it, if they ain't got it, I got you, bitch.
Appreciate you, Jack, man. We love you to pieces, man.
Thank you, bro.
Jack, baby. Appreciate you, big dog.
I just know if anybody gonna ride for us, man, I just know Jack.
Yes. I saw a comment in the chat. Unless we got more.
Oh, we got one more. Go ahead.
I think it was Mel who said that he thinks that Micah Parsons fizzles out towards the end of the season. So first of all, Micah's only played 2 years, right? So it's only 2. In his first season, his last 7 games, he had 7 sacks and 32 pressures. I didn't quite see him fizzling out in his rookie season. Last year, we know what he was dealing with from an injury standpoint, right? Still played through it, and still collected 6 sacks over those same 7 games and like 40-something pressures.
Yep.
In that span. I think what we forget though is that our cornerback 2 situation was terrible, and teams were taking advantage of that, so we weren't getting as many sacks. But I wouldn't quite say or label him as a guy that fizzles out at the end of the season, where he's only played 2 seasons. The first one, that wasn't an issue at all. The second one, I get why people were saying it because it didn't look the same.
Yep.
But the pressures were actually greater. We just weren't getting his home. I mean, he had 6 sacks. He had 7 in his last 7 games rookie year, 6 in his last 7 games his second year, with the secondary that was suspect at the time. So I just wanted to point that out.
I think he finished like second in pressures or something like that.
He had a ridiculous 90 pressures last year.
Like, come on, son.
Hobbled
Like,
half the damn time.
Like even with the problems at cornerback too, that just lets you know the ridiculous bar that he set for himself.
Yeah.
Right. Like, damn, I get 90 pressures and that's falling off if I don't get 40 sacks. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, but
and I didn't go nowhere in the postseason, brother. He has 16 pressures in 2 games and a sack in the postseason.
Yep. Love that.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Will Steele. Last one. Let's get CJ from NC on the phone. Then we're gonna get up out of here. What's up, CJ?
What's going on, Voch?
Life good, man. I can't complain, brother.
So since y'all been on break, I've been thinking about this thing the whole time. What would make you mad if Turpin and Dennis Houston beat out Simi Fehoko and Jalen Tolbert for wide receiver 4 and 5 spot, or Tolbert make the team and Bohanna get cut?
Strange.
Boy, that's a wild
scenario.
Boy, that's a wild ass question.
Yeah, you go ahead first.
Well, if anybody takes anybody's spot, they've earned it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if Tolbert, if Turpin and who? If Turpin and Dennis Houston take Tolbert and Semi spot, then that means them motherfuckers went crazy in camp.
Yeah.
So fine, it is what it is. Roster politics don't bother me. Like, if somebody can get Micah cut, boy, you a bad motherfucker. You Lawrence Taylor, you can get Micah. You know what I'm saying? So whatever. And your other one, you know, if you hold on to Tolbert and Bohanna get cut, Bohanna could get cut.
Is
also.
that what he said? What was the Bohanna one?
If we kept Tolbert but cut Bohanna.
That's what he said?
Yeah.
No, Turpin.
Oh, if we kept Turpin and cut Bohanna, hey, if Bohanna didn't do nothing to keep his job and Turpin did something to keep his, right, let's run it.
Yeah, mad is a tough word here. I mean, like you said, if this is how I always feel about these type of situations. If somebody went off, right? If they legitimately got beat from competition, how can I be mad? I mean, that means Dennis Houston went crazy, right? Yeah. You know, no, you're not going to cut Tolbert. It's not happening. He's a 3rd-year round pick, 2nd-year player. Never going to happen. So that just means maybe Tolbert is your wide receiver 7 or 6. Maybe you're carrying 7 receivers then. So no, I wouldn't be upset with that. You know, Turpin's already established the returner. So if he can be, you know, your 5 or 6 guy, that's fine with me. Dennis Houston, though, that's an interesting one. If Dennis Houston snapped like that to the point where your 3rd-round pick gets pushed down again and you cut Simi and then Turpin is your 4 or 5 or something like that, I mean, how can I be mad? That means he went off. So I wouldn't be mad at either situation, honestly, because that means somebody's doing well. You know?
And I'm very curious to know what a guy like Dennis Houston would do in this system. Because he was a guy that played last year, and I'm assuming that he's had some offseason improvement or whatever under his belt. I'm just curious. I'm just curious to see what that looks like. But go ahead, CJ.
Now I'm just be hurt because Turpin value versus like putting those 3 big guys in the middle in our defense. Like San Fran had a field day when they wanted to run against us.
Sure,
so,
but on that same token,
wasn't out there too. That's crazy.
But on that same token, if Turpin has done so much to win the job, now you have another offensive piece versus San Fran. You see what I'm saying? So whoever wins gonna win. You know what I'm saying?
Because they was not running the ball on the Cowboys. Nope. That was one of the worst rushing performances. You know, they had like a series where they did okay, but the Cowboys didn't lose the game against San Fran because we couldn't stop their run game. That was 2021, and that's why he went out and got Jonathan Hankins, who did make a difference.
We just need points. Yeah. We needed points.
Interesting. That's an interesting one.
Boy,
Appreciate
this is a
CJ.
crazy one.
Yeah.
Turpin make Pro Bowl.
He made a motherfucking Pro Bowl last year. So
He making it. I mean, y'all might as well get that through y'all heads. Turpin is making the team.
Yep.
It's a matter of will he have a spot on the offense? That is the question.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Voch had me in his corner, man. I don't want that man on the team. Don't get Duval.
Why am I leading this revolution? Why am I leading the revolution of Turpin? Like that ain't the case. All right, CJ. It's just all in. It's just all in competition. I just gotta see it. Voch Lombardi hates KaVontae Turpin. Oh. Anyway, y'all hooligans, supers. Let's get into these supers, man. I love y'all to pieces, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Let me click something real quick. Let me see something real quick.
That's
pretty good day.
Would they keep Turpin over KJ if it came down to it?
Special teams guys. So we'll see.
I would.
Yeah, of course you would. Of course you would. If Kelvin Joseph hasn't proven that he can give you anything as a defender, yeah, you get about it. Yeah.
Then we can maybe have a conversation. Almost the same thing, right? We got to see if Turpin can give us something as an offensive. But
same conversation because both of them are teams guys right now. So we'll see. Here we go. Supers. That's the volume and refreshing. Voch. On the volume side, I appreciate y'all. Keith Murray, the unbeaten, dropped a deuce and says, "Go Niners, I'm out." Hey, Will said that just show where we are, man.
Yeah, we had Eagle fans early in the morning. I was like, okay.
Appreciate y'all.
Find me in y'all live streams, but cool. Thank you.
Yeah, y'all ain't bothering me. Dog, you told me it's early in the morning. You told me, hey, the CeeDee Lamb interview about to go live. I go to the live feed of 105.3 The Fan on YouTube, and Eastside Herald is in there. What the fuck going on?
It's unbelievable. I would never be in a Houston Texans radio, local radio.
I don't give a damn what's going on. I live in Houston.
Mechie? Is it Mechie? Is that his name?
John Mechie?
John Mechie III is doing an interview at 7:20 a.m.
He's seeing me wake up for that marvel.
And he's in the stream.
Y'all gotta drop a
We'll never see.
Y'all gotta drop a clip, and I'm gonna have to just randomly scroll past it on Twitter. But I ain't looking for John Mechie news.
That's wild.
That's crazy. Hold on, bro. Let me see. The fucking Texans don't even play us this year. I'm just a fan. Brother L dropped the deuce. It says Voch literally did Hogan. When I did that with Queen or something.
When Queen said something, apparently.
Oh yeah, I did. I probably did. Dimes official dropped the deuce and a 5. He says, "Will mean as hell." with beat.
Talking about the beat.
Yeah, with the beat. I just went. You actually did the beat. Dimes official drop 5 says, "Putting money in the GoFundMe, but not for some batteries." That's how great you guys are. Appreciate you, Dime. Hey man, come on, man. You know. Hey, look though, I do have a theory that after a while, like people just don't even hear it. I can't
do it, bro.
No, I'm changing them shits immediately. I'm getting that ladder. I'm switching them shits out, bro.
Or I'm gonna go Larry David and just knock that thing down.
It's gonna still beep on the floor. Go beep on the floor. All right. Oh goodness, me neither, Sky. I just saw you. Shit. Me neither, sir.
I can't stand that.
Yeah. You bring nothing to the table. And to the Voch side. Soups. KDB. That beat is fire. KD dropped a dime and said, "Salute, Vacho. Appreciate you, sir. Lay the pieces, man." The official weight music of the Voch Lombardi show. J Rose 72 dropped a deuce and another deuce and a 5. It's 9 altogether. He said, "Hit that motherfucker like button, cuz." Appreciate you. He says, "Yo, this Dos Equis water going down smooth." What your water tastes like? And then he says, damn, almost as long as our Super Bowl drop." What is as long as our Super Bowl drop? Appreciate you, J Raj.
Queen.
Damn.
Oh, there was some good ones out there. Somebody said Voch almost flew Queen out.
I bet not. That costs money. The volume, though.
No.
Back to the show. Back to the show. Appreciate you, Jay Rose. We them boys drop 5. He hates the Cowboy. He say Jerry's lying about Micah's money. Yeah. Micah's money has nothing to do with Zach Martin's money. No. Jerry just out here playing politics. It is what it is. But appreciate you though, we them boys. Smoke or fight. Go ahead.
There are mad people though who truly believe that. Like you should see my comments right now.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now, dog. Like Micah Parsons don't got to get paid technically until 2025 or 6 if they want it.
Yep. And Zach Martin will probably be gone anyway. As I tell. Smoke one for you. Dropped the dub. Appreciate you. Turpin, Deuce, Cooks, Pollard, man, speed at your disposal, and all you have to do is pick and choose. Yak City, here you go. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Fantastic. That's fantastic. We have gotten faster as a whole, for sure. And look, I understand like mostly like Cooks wasn't here. Pollard was here, but Zeke was here. Deuce wasn't here. Turpin because CeeDee Lamb's look because of Kellen or whatever. So yeah, I guess we got speed, but we're unlocking it this year.
Explosives, man. We got 5 explosives. We have to utilize all of them, I think.
Yep, there's no reason not to have them. Seahawks Gaming dropped the dub and says Jackson Smith and Jib are going crazy at Seahawks camp right now. Best wide receiver core. I appreciate you, sir.
Shouts out to him. We were that was our guy, I think.
It was one of our guys. Yeah. Well, still, even with this being a draft show, and I know who John Mechie is, and I watch him in Alabama, I still not finna wake up in there.
No.
And look, he's saying Jackson Smith and Jib are going crazy. I'm just gonna take your word for it. I ain't finna go look up Seahawks content. I'm just gonna believe you. I believe you.
To be in a live stream morning show at 7:20 Central is crazy.
It's madness, bro. And Adrian Lindsay dropped a deuce and says Turpin had 800 plus yards on special teams.
He did. Is there more to it? Or just that's all he said.
That's just what it is. How many tackles did punters have versus KaVontae Turpin?
Stop.
Find that advanced stat. People gonna think I hate Turpin. I don't. And Vicente Aguirre, he dropped a deuce says Voch Turpin or backup snapper. Voch says backup snapper.
Look, from a return standpoint, last year, what frustrated me about Turpin is not the 800 yards, which is, I guess, it was 0 touchdowns and 3 muff punts.
Yeah. Yeah. The most bad.
Like, come on, man. You know, if you ain't gonna get no touchdowns and you're gonna muff it 3 times, then you need to do something on offense. That was our original point. You know, I wanted to see him. I was pissed he wasn't on offense because we didn't have explosives last year. We had 2 basically all year, and then 1 got hurt in the first quarter, second quarter, whatever the hell it was, against San Francisco. So, yeah.
Especially when you only got 1 job, right? Like you can't even go, boy, I'm tired, man. I got tackled and my hands hurt. I can't catch the ball today. Sir, you ain't done nothing else but fair catch today. Marcus Harrison here? Bueller. Airborne Bully dropped the deuce says, my bad about the smoke detector. Phil. No.
We just having fun. But I do genuinely hope you do change it. I don't want nothing. I don't want to see nothing happen.
Yeah, won't see it. Yeah, no. Marcus Harrison not here? Okay. I told Will Steele do a quote last time. I'll do one this time. Here we go. You know, sometimes you just gotta have quotes on deck. You know what I mean? Just to be ready. I'll even.
He is here. I found it.
Marcus here? Let's see it. Where's it? I'm kind of mad.
Above Montana.
I'm kind of mad because I came up with a quote and everything. I'll drop it anyway. Let's see. Okay, here you go. He's here. My bad. But I'm still saying mine after his because I'm a G. Here we go. I always like to do it at the, you know what I'm saying, when the beat drop. Here we go. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will Steele, and Turpin today. At the volume, great things aren't accomplished by those who yield to trends, fads, and popular opinion. Great things, scroll back.
Ooh, that second one.
Great things aren't accomplished by those who yield to trends, fads, and popular opinion. Voch and Sky will continue to stand out because they're outstanding. Yo, Will said, this is what I had for today. I had this. I'm the boss on this boat. You can call me Skipper. The way I turn the money over, You should call me Flipper.
Shouts out to the H-Town.
Young Pimp, Young Lion, hold this L. Line sleep outside UNLV. Appreciate you, Marcus Harrison. Appreciate you. Hey, on days where Marcus Harrison doesn't show up, I'm just gonna do like a profound rap quote over.
Yes, just over that. Oh, that's perfect.
Yes, 100%. Swatty Cop, man, love y'all to pieces, man. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. Let me just shut your ass up. Let's give a war call. Thank you. Couldn't do it without you. Special K said that sound like something Pimp C would say. But 50 Cent said it. Hey, appreciate y'all for being here. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with the volume. And on the Vice side, it all go to the same place. Love y'all to pieces. We're gonna get some more resources, Will Steele. So I told Brumley, I just cut the music off. I just told Brumley that we need the same resources for the volume, but only for the VOT show. So we're gonna get highlights on the YouTube channel and on social media, hopefully every day. So if y'all missed anything, if y'all are the type to where you want to know the meat of what we did today, but you don't want to watch the whole show or something like that, then that'll be dropped on the channel as a highlight, and it'll in an even shorter version for YouTube Shorts and on Twitter. Just a way to get us out more. So if you have a short clip and you like it, hey, send that to a friend on social medias. You know what I'm saying? If we made you laugh today, if we gave you some fantastic content, we're gonna put that in the short form. We're gonna send it out. Love y'all to pieces. Follow me on all my socials, VOCHLOMBARDI, on twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi, which is my non-football program platform, VOCHLOMBARDI. And Will Steele is going to do some fantastic work on training camp and CeeDee Lamb. Will Steele tomorrow?
I'm not sure if it'll be Lamb. It's so much that happened today from injury standpoint. Well, maybe we'll get to it because I already did a Lamb interview. So
Will Steele gonna definitely talk about Micah Parsons tomorrow, and then then he's gonna figure it out at 7:30. But y'all just make sure to tune in to him 8:30 Central Time in the morning on A to Z Dallas on YouTube. And for the rest of y'all, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski Woski and the Peasky Weesky. Until next time, volume.
Are you not entertained?
I tell you, we're gonna have to start bringing up rated R when Queen calls in. Just flashing R-rated logo.
She done bought shoes. Queen done bought video games.
She done bought somebody a lawnmower.